Russian media has been raging against Elon Musk. Vladimir Solovyov is beside himself over Starlink because there's been a whole argument between the Polish Minister of Foreign Affairs and Elon Musk about Russia using Starlink, and apparently SpaceX has done something to cut off Russians from being able to use Starlink, and the Russian propagandists are furious. They are super angry. And they are apparently threatening to wage war against Elon Musk. Russia will wage war against Elon Musk. Good morning, dear friends. With great interest, I'm reading about all this hysteria. That started yesterday. I wonder if this is the thing, about how Russia lost its... Apparently, it actually really affected Russia's effectiveness on the field. Effectiveness of their strikes and many other things that they relied on Starlink for. Which, the fact that Russia was able to rely on Starlink to begin with is ridiculous to me, but I guess better late than never. On our military adjacent channels, regarding something that we've been warning about, albeit not publicly, we've been saying this should be dealt with. What, Elon Musk? In reality, our country is working on this. But not everything works by waving a magic wand, even for Russia. For a while, we've been managing to buy it. Yeah, by shady third-party means, they were able to buy Starlinks and use them at the front line. When we were doing it by utilizing shady methods, there you go. He said it. He said it outright. He said it openly. Russia was utilizing shady methods to buy Starlink and use it at the front line. To buy Starlink access. It's pretty pathetic that Russia has no real methods of communication, that it has to rely on shady methods to acquire Starlink. Think about it. Russia is supposed to be a world power. Russia is supposed to be one of the big players, one of the big countries. Okay? It wants to rebuild an empire, but it needs to employ shady methods to buy Starlink access. This is one of the most pathetic things, I think. At some point in time on the front, it is big geographically, but when it comes to its actual power, Russia is slipping. The quantity of our Starlinks exceeded the Ukrainian ones many times over. I don't believe that, actually. Okay, sure. I don't believe that for a second. We should clearly understand that we're fighting not only against a NATO bloc, or also fighting against Elon Musk, I guess. Not only against Nazi Ukraine. Oh boy. But also against a number of corporations, among them SpaceX, I guess. Russia's fighting against everybody and everything, including Palantir and X. They're fighting against Twitter, I guess. Because X is Twitter. Quite obviously, Musk is acting this way due to this complex as an unrecognized genius. Because at one point at the beginning of this century, he traveled to Russia and met with people involved in the space industry. He was treated as a crazy man and not worth the time. Ah, yes, he was humbled by all the real geniuses in Russia. I see. That's why Elon Musk is acting this way, because he went to Russia where all the real geniuses reside, and he was humbled. I see how it is. Of course. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you again. He was treated with extreme disdain
Вот этот комплекс у
and
него
still carries this complex.
остался. Поэтому Илон Маск
That's why Elon Musk is writing.
важно
That's why Elon Musk has developed this rabid Russophobia, because he was humbled by the Russian geniuses of our age. Important to register your Starlink terminal
зарегистрировать ваши терминалы Starlink на
if in Ukraine.
Украине.
I saw this actually. I wonder.
Произошло
It's very curious that this happened at this point in time.
именно сейчас. В войсках отнеслись
Naturally, this didn't bring any joy to the troops.
к этому, естественно, без всякой радости. Есть
There's an understanding that this was very convenient.
понимание, что да, это было очень удобно, но
But you know, we were waging war before this too. Yeah, but you've built a dependence on Starlink, so it doesn't matter if you waged war before. What matters is that a lot of your operations, a lot of the accuracy of your operations has grown a big dependence on Starlink, and that has been cut off. So it's like the past doesn't matter. What matters is the present and what you've established dependency on, what technology you're dependent on now.
знаете, и до этого воевали, и
Quite successfully. Is that so? Well, I would say that with mixed results,
воевали достаточно успешно.
if I were to be generous. And we'll be able to do it now as well. With what? What is your alternative to Starlink? What is Russia's alternative to the technology that it had lost access to? Exactly.
Сейчас тоже решим, есть ли у нас альтернатива.
Do we have an alternative? Oh, that's a good question. That is an excellent question, and I would like to hear an answer.
Конечно,
Yes, of course we have alternatives. What are they, and why have you not been using them till now?
есть, что
But it's an issue of convenience. Yeah, so you don't have alternatives, in other words.
непосредственно наша альтернатива.
Theoretically, our own alternative
Миру, судя по всему.
was supposed to fully start working in the autumn. Oh, yeah, but it's Russian technology, so of course it won't. Technically speaking, we should have had a great alternative, but because we're Russia and our technology sucks, we don't, and it doesn't even work. Of course.
Она должна была заработать с осени, но я
But I
думаю,
think that everything will be intensified now. Okay.
что сейчас все будет усилено.
Of course, we should be aware there are certain efforts
Есть, конечно, определенные усилия, и надо понимать, что они существуют.
by our Chinese comrades. Comrades. Therefore, after conducting relevant negotiations, we will buy technology from them because we cannot be asked to develop technologies on our own because of sanctions, and we suck in general.
Этих переговоров можно достаточно
We can at least partially utilize some functions that the others have.
какие-то функции использовать того, что есть у
World power. Russia is such a world power that maybe possibly it will be allowed to partially utilize the things that others have,
пока наши не готовы.
while our own are not yet ready, because again, it's Russia, so the technology might be a bit faulty, as is a Russian tradition.
И Starlink — это один
Starlink is one of three methods of communication.
из 3 видов связи. Просто самый
It just happens to be the most convenient, and yeah, it just happens to be better than anything that Russia has at its disposal, actually. It just so happens that Russia sucks a little bit. Otherwise, there's a lot of other stuff. Okay, what's the other stuff?
есть. Это неприятно,
It's unpleasant, but it was to be expected.
но это ожидаемо. Поэтому самое важное, что не
Most importantly,
потеряно
our ability to control the troops was not impacted. Yes, it was. It impacted it very much impacted the precise nature of your strikes, for one. It impeded the precision of your operations.
вместе войсками. А для Илона Маска, в
For
частности,
Elon Musk, in particular, this will cause him to lose a significant amount of money,
потому что мы же все оплачивали.
because we were paying for all this.
Теперь,
Now there will be fewer payments. Oh no.
соответственно, оплаты будут меньше. Да, ну,
More than that. Just how many Starlinks did Russia buy? How much? Just I would actually like to know the exact number. Okay. How much exactly is Elon Musk going to lose over this?
Тем более, несколько дней, как вы слышали, я вам кричу. А
For a few years, I've been yelling about space. You've been yelling about many things, to be fair.
космосе, я считаю, что это задачи, которые необходимо решать.
I think that these issues should be dealt with.
Не путем
You should nuclear bomb the Elon Musk satellite.
вот такого, знаете,
Not by repeating the mantras everyone is saying.
мантры произносят все.
Are you okay?
Давайте скажем прямо.
Let's say it directly.
Великая
The
советская
great Soviet space program
космическая программа,
is an achievement of our grandparents
это достижение наших дедов, а не их
and not their grandchildren.
внуков.
So the USSR used to be great and Russia sucks. Thank you for this. Thank you for informing us.
Необходимо
Right
сейчас
now, we should step out
уже выйти из удобной Ростова
of the comfortable worn-in shoes of Sergei Korolev
Королева и
and to try to create something of our own. I don't think you have the means to do so, to be quite blunt. I don't think you have the capital. I don't think you have the intellectual capital. I don't think you just, I don't think you can, even if you wanted to.
свое. Так, конечно, вначале
In the
будет
beginning, it will be certainly inconvenient and difficult.
но
But what is most important is for this not to cause
самое важное, чтобы это не
negative dynamics on the battlefield. I mean, if you will take some of the budget that would go to the military and divert it to some space programs, then it will create negative dynamics on the battlefield, undoubtedly. If you will try to suddenly try to develop some new technology in the middle of all this.
не привело к негативной динамике. Сейчас надо сделать
Now we should come to a conclusion
иностранные
that not a single foreign technology
технологии, которые мы думаем,
that we think we can smuggle through
можно в сером или
by shady means or any other means
использовать на линии фронта, не сработает.
to use on the front line
Можно
will
рассчитывать ту защиту, использовать на линии фронта, не сработает.
not work. I mean Starlink doesn't work.
Можно рассчитывать
We can count only on ourselves, true.
только на себя.
And Russia's, oh gosh, the track record.
Илон Маск.
Elon Musk is our enemy. Corporation X is our enemy. Wait, Twitter? Twitter is your what? You mean SpaceX?
Это X.
Corporation X.
Палантир.
Palantir is our enemy. NATO countries are our enemies.
Страны НАТО
Everyone's Russia's enemy.
рассчитывают
We should count only on ourselves.
только
And Russia, and North Korea, and Iran. But apart from those, we're definitely only counting on ourselves. We're definitely not counting on everybody, on anybody that wants to help. Okay? Russia definitely is fighting this war on its own without any assistance, resources, or manpower whatsoever from any other country, right?
только на себя.
Yeah, you're only counting on yourselves. You're so self-efficient. Self-efficient, self-sufficient, self-serving.
Не стоит
Let's not resort to wishful thinking about space.
выдавать желаемое за действительность про космос. Все
Everyone understands that it's currently
отлично
impossible
понимают, что сегодня невозможно достичь
to
желаемого
achieve the desired results and conditional parity
результата. Условия приоритета совсем те, как
the way it was in the USSR.
это было в СССР.
Yeah, Russia sucks. Writes Ilya Luchinin.
Илья Лучинин, откуда вы что
How do you know anything about it? I mean, how do you know anything about it, Solovyov?
тут об этом знаете?
Anyway, stop this panic and keep calmly working.
Так вот. Отставить, спокойно работать. Вообще, да,
Let's just cope. Let's just cope and cope and cope. Let's look at what's happening in more detail.
посмотрим, что происходит, так чуть более подробно.
In reality, we still keep acting like a boxer
Мы же до сих пор на самом деле ведем себя как боксер.
who was told to go ahead and fight,
Ой,
but keep holding his right hand behind his back.
но
I mean, I know boxers that won with one broken hand pretty major fights, so there's not an excuse, okay? Top tier boxers win with one hand, even if the other is broken, literally.
почему-то только правую руку.
at all times for some reason.
Мы же не используем наши...
We don't take advantage of our superiority. Oh God, yeah, of course. If only Russia started taking advantage of its superiority, not only would it crush Ukraine by now, would it have crushed Ukraine by now, but it also would have developed the best weapons, the best space program. Yeah, if only Russia could just decide to take advantage of that superiority that it has. You're right.
преимущества. Мы не используем наши
We don't use our traditional methods,
традиционные методы, умения, знания.
our skills and knowledge. What are your traditional methods? What?
Мы не воюем так, как
We
нас
aren't fighting the way we were conditioned.
с...
Oh my God. If only Russia would embrace its superiority, it would all be over.
По крайней мере, что
To
наша
anticipate the way our army will fight.
армия должна и будет воевать. Наша техника легко
Our equipment can easily get through.
проходит и готова к
You're having shortages in heavy weaponry actually, and is ready to go through contaminated regions.
прохождению через зараженные регионы. Наносятся
Strikes are conducted with tactical nuclear weapons. What?
удары тактическим ядерным оружием, прокладываются, и туда устремляется.
Making way for us, and then we head there.
Мы же так не воюем.
But we don't fight this way. Yeah, it's nuclear taboo. There's this little thing called the nuclear taboo, nuclear deterrence, and the real world. Okay, the world of your nuclear fantasy does not exist. The USSR has never used nuclear weapons in combat. What do you mean? The way we were conditioned. Russians are not conditioned to use nuclear weapons. This is just your fantasy.
Мы же, обладая самым
Well, we possess the most powerful arsenal
арсеналом
of
тактических
tactical nuclear weapons. Does Russia possess the most powerful arsenal of tactical nuclear weapons? Vladimir says, listen, the only thing that you should remember and keep reminding yourself, T-90 is the best tank. True. The tank to rule them all. Does Russia have the biggest arsenal of tactical nuclear weapons? Oh, damn, it's true. Yes, Russia possesses the world's largest arsenal of tactical non-strategic nuclear weapons. Estimates indicate Russia holds approximately 1,500 to nearly 2,000 tactical warheads, which is significantly more than the United States. Oh, damn. Well, damn.
оружия, делаем вид, что его нет.
We pretend that we don't have it. Yeah, because nuclear deterrence, once again, is a thing.
Мы все время так сурово
We keep sternly furrowing our brows,
но мы же его не используем.
but we aren't using it. Yeah, no country. Nuclear weapons have only been used once. I'm not sure if you're aware of that history, Mr. Solovyov. I don't think you are really aware of a thing called the nuclear taboo.
Можем теперь все.
Now we can do anything, really. And no, you cannot. You cannot do anything. The one time that you actually seriously threatened to use nukes, China sternly wagged its finger and you backtracked and you decided not to.
Вот просто реально все.
You cannot do anything. Not a single treaty is in place now
Нет ни одного как-то что-то ограничено.
that limited anything in some way pertaining to nuclear weapons. Yeah, use it. Use them. See what happens. Use the tactical nukes. See what happens. It will not end well for Russia. I will say that. If it actually decides to use nuclear weapons, it will never end well for Russia. And everyone that's not Vladimir Solovyov understands this.
Все. 72
Anything that existed since 1972 is now gone.
года больше никого нет. Все.
This is it. The gloves are off. No, they're not. They're absolutely not.
Перчатки сброшены.
A knockdown, drag out fight is on. If you say so.
Месилова. А если пошел Месилову,
And if there is a brawl,
значит, бей первым.
then it's better to strike first. Yeah, do a first strike. Go on. Try it.
Плюс мы не используем
Also, we aren't using the
традиционные методы.
traditional methods that the Soviet Union brilliantly used. Yeah, let's go to old, outdated methods. Let's go. What were the tactics that the Soviet Union brilliantly used? The methods of Pavel Sudoplatov.
Вот почему до сих пор
At this point, for our every general
за каждого нашего убитого
that is killed far away from the front line,
далеко от линии фронта генерала не убит.
why aren't 5 Ukrainian generals killed in response? because Russia does not have the means to do it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what are you asking?
Это 5 украинских.
Yeah, why aren't 50 Ukrainian generals being killed while we're at it? For a single Russian general, why isn't every single Ukrainian general killed in response? What are you even asking? What do you want?
Почему об этом
If they're being liquidated this way,
есть такие ликвидации?
why isn't this info disseminated all over the place?
Нет информации на каждом.
Ukrainian people should be afraid. I mean, Russia is doing its best to terrorize Ukrainian people, okay? Fuck off.
Боятся.
They should understand that there isn't
Они должны
a single
понимать, что
spot
нет
on this
такой-
planet where they can hide. Yeah, Russia really wants peace, doesn't it? Yeah, I can really feel the spirit of wanting to negotiate a real peace.
точки, все.
All of them.
Если мы отработаем,
If we strike the Yavorivsky military training ground
кроме Яворского полигона, мы
and the bridges over the Dnipro River
отработаем тактическим ядерным оружием по мостам через Днепр.
with tactical nuclear weapon, this is just fantasy, okay? This is just some weird fetish-fueled fantasy. This will never happen. This will not happen. The nuclear taboo is in place for a reason. The only people that talk about things like that are pundits for their domestic audiences to, I don't know, to jerk off to.
Тактическим ядерным оружием мы
We clear our way with tactical nuclear
просто
weapons
проложим дорогу, вот куда нам надо. Оно достаточно
to get wherever we need to go.
быстро там эффект заражения проходит.
Contamination will clear out quite quickly. Yeah, sure. As it is well known that the fallout after a nuclear strike just, clears out within days, right? What? Yeah, of course. When there's a nuclear disaster, we all know that the contamination just clears out, right? It just dissipates into the air.
Все.
What the fuck?
Ни одна
And that's it.
иностранная сволочь
Not one foreign dirtbag will even contemplate
даже не подумает о том, чтобы отправлять
sending their troops to
свои
Ukraine.
войска на
I mean,
Украину.
that is true. Nobody wants to send troops to Ukraine, which I am very disappointed with, but it is what it is. Everybody's afraid of nuclear escalation, I guess.
Ой, нас кто-то...
Oi, some will not understand that. What? That's not the argument.
Будешь сильным, тебя все поймут.
If you're strong, everyone will understand you.
Ой, тебя
Oi, we will be condemned.
судят. Ну, смотрите.
Well, look.
Ну, Трамп теперь...
Trump needs to pick up the phone and call Musk. Yeah, tell him something, okay? Trump needs to tell Musk that he needs to sell us Starlink again. What the fuck?
Позвонить Маску. У них же
At some point in time, their relations went bad,
отношения стали плохие.
but now they're good.
Ну, иди
He should calmly explain, come back to your senses.
в чувство приди.
Don't cut Starlink just to the Russians.
Ты не только русским, ты вообще полностью отруби Starlink.
Cut it off completely. Yeah, sure. They cannot do that. Like Poland buys a significant amount of Starlinks for Ukraine. So what? Would Elon Musk just break his contract and deactivate all the Starlinks bought by Poland? Think of it. Think on it.
Полностью отруби. Позвонить этому парню
He should call this guy from Palantir and say,
из Палантира и сказать, а ты вообще
are you fighting your own war?
свою войну ведешь? Если ты ведешь свою войну,
If you're fighting your own war,
то я не
I guarantee nothing.
гарантирую, если мы...
For example, what will happen if we conduct
Ну,
strikes
вот что будет, если мы сейчас нанесем удары по заводам производства?
against the factories that manufacture Starlink? Yeah, Russia will totally do that. Yeah, of course.
Производящими Starlink.
Do it. See what happens. Why not try it?
А если мы нанесем
What if we conduct a strike in a space orbit? Do it. Yeah, I'm waiting for Russia to do it. I'm just waiting for Russia to attack an American company.
удар на
I'm waiting.
космической орбите,
Yeah, of course.
он же не избирательный.
It won't be a selective strike.
Поэтому, конечно, наши спутники
Our
тоже
own satellites will burn up, but the heck with them.
говорят, да и хрен с ними.
Therefore, it's a simple question. Now, this is a master fantasizer. Now, this is a person with the ultimate imagination. Nobody has as big of an imagination as Mr. Solovyov?
Илон Маск воюет с Россией в каком качестве? Под
Is he doing it under the American umbrella?
американским зонтиком или в своем
Or what?
личном качестве? Под американским зонтиком
Or is he, or in his own personal
или в
capacity?
своем личном качестве? Если в своем личном
If he's doing it in his own personal capacity,
качестве, значит, мы можем воевать и против Илона Маска и всех.
then we can fight against Elon Musk. No, you cannot. He's still basically under the umbrella of America. That's not how that works, okay? That is definitely not how that works. And all of his companies, that's not how that works. It's still an American company. Try it and see what happens when you do. I cannot wait.
Структуру
The same way,
Палантира.
we can fight against all of Palantir's companies.
Я регулярно,
When I
когда
regularly go to the front lines, I contact my friends, many of whom
я своим друзьям
are already occupying very senior positions.
очень на высоких должностях,
And I ask them what I can bring.
я спрашиваю, что привезти. И
A traditional response
традиционный ответ одного из блестящих русских полководцев
of one of our brilliant Russian commanders, yeah, brilliant commanders.
это тактическое ядерное.
Tactical nuclear weapons, of course. Yeah, everybody. This feels so sad. The fact that Russia does not feel confident that they can win with regular means. The fact that the pundits are so desperate about the nukes just speaks just how much Russia fails when it comes to conventional means, which I'm not sure if Mr. Solovyev realizes just how much pathetic it makes Russia look.
Хватит.
Enough already.
Ну просто реально.
No, really, enough already.
Давайте
It's whining and crying. Let's get serious. Are you saying that Russia has not been serious all this time? You're just being kidding around?
серьезно. И глупейший
As for Zelensky's dumbest statement,
да сам факт, если мы
the very fact of freezing everything across the contact line
замысление, это уже уступка с
is
нашей
already a concession from our side.
стороны, а нам не нужны
We don't need any concessions from that side.
с этой стороны. Зеленский никак
Zelensky still cannot understand.
не может понять. Мы не
We
торгуем.
are not bargaining.
Мы все лишь требуем
We're demanding the fulfillment of our conditions.
выполнения, которые мы
Yeah,
поставили.
that is actually the stance of Russia. And the fact is, the sad part is that Trump actually facilitates this attitude from Russia. This part is true. This part is very true that Russia does not want to negotiate peace. Russia wants to enforce a surrender. And Trump is working in a way that enables Russia to do it. Those are two sad realities of this situation. Until Russia is pressured into actually negotiating, it will not negotiate. It will try to enforce its demands. This part is definitely real. Vladimir says, how nuts is Russian TV on the scale of nutcases? Put your nuts in the chat. It's really out there, I must say.
И все эти
But that is actually the attitude that Russia has when it comes to this war and how it should end. We don't care about all this hysteria and all these worries.
переживания, да нам пофиг. А нам
We should move to another level of escalation.
надо
It seems like Russia can just escalate endlessly and the West will do nothing because the West is terrified of escalation.
перевести уровень эскалации на совершенно другой уровень. Поднять уровень эскалации.
We have to raise the level of escalation.
Почему Рют
Why was Ruth able to come to Ukraine at all?
вообще смог приехать на Украину? Я считаю, что
I've said it 100 times. All 5 entry points
точки входа, я 100 раз говорил, их 5.
should be struck with nuclear weapons.
Ну, это все. По ним надо нанести удар
And
ядерным
that's it.
оружием. Чтобы местность была за...
This way that terrain will be contaminated. It's enough. No, really. It's enough.
И я 100 раз говорил.
I've said it 100 times. I actually said it 100 times. I've counted all the times that I've said it.
Просто я 100
People
раз
argued with me, but I'm still saying it now. Yeah, I'm still being insane.
говорил. Со мной ругались.
People argued with me, but I'm still saying it now.
Я сейчас говорю. Киев
We can take Kyiv in 3 days. Do it. Do it then. Jesus Christ.
можно взять за 3 дня. Это будет колоссально
It will be colossally cruel.
жестоки, не оставляющие
Civilians won't stand a chance.
никаких шансов мирному населению. От Киева останутся
Only ruins will
руины.
remain of Kyiv. Yeah, again, there was one time early in the invasion when Russia actually did a serious threat, and China stepped in immediately and said, no, you're not doing that. You're definitely not using nukes. And Russia just, okay.
Но лучше пусть руины
I'd
будут
prefer Kyiv and not Belgorod to lie in ruins.
для меня от Киева, чем от Белгорода.
As for me, I want Kyiv and not Donetsk to lie in ruins.
Будут руины Киева, они отстроим заново,
If the need be, we will rebuild it anew.
если понадобится. Но в войне надо побеждать.
We have to win this war. Oh wow, Russia is so ready for peace that it's incredible. It is just incredibly incredible how much Russia really wants peace and how much rhetoric is being utilized to that effect.
Вот, чтобы армии...
For our army not to perish. Wait, is your army in danger of perishing? Is that how bad the situation is when it comes to conventional warfare? If you don't use nukes, your army will perish?
Обществу гражданскому...
Our civil society acting as its lawfully wedded wife
законные супруги. Не надо
shouldn't hold our army's hands.
держать. И когда
When Vasil Dmitrievich Vakarov is on my program,
вот Василий Дмитриевич Вакаров у меня на передаче, вот начинает
he starts howling and wailing like Yaroslavna.
завывание такое, плач Ярославны. Ой,
Oh, the poorest residents of Kyiv.
бедные киевляне, ой, как их жалко.
Oh, I feel so bad for them.
Срут в окно.
They defecate out of their way. What the fuck? What? I've been in Kyiv many, many times, and what the fuck?
Ой, они такие.
I'm sorry, if there is a place that has shortages of toilets, it's Russia, not Ukraine.
Меня охватывает
I get overcome with the feeling of deep hatred.
чувство глубокой, такой,
Wow. Okay, what else is new?
знаете, серьезной, системной
Severe systemic hatred. Again, what else is new?
ненависти. Здесь
A number of bloggers here are starting to tell me,
ряд блогеров
cut it out with the hate.
мне говорит, ой,
Everything Solovyev said will be used
все, что сказал Соловьев, будет использовано как
as
пропаганда.
propaganda against us. It's not really propaganda. You say these things. How can it be used as propaganda against you? This is just repeating what you say. I'm not altering this in any way. It's you. This is all you.
Пропаганда против нас. Ой, просто удивительный рядом.
Amazing things are all around us.
Удивительный рядом. Это что было вот вообще.
The problem of Starlink for us is very exaggerated. Is it though? Considering that the fell in performance, is
Проблема
it though?
довольно сильно преувеличена. Тоже спокойнее все.
Just calm down. We need to calm down. We need to cope more.
Я вам так скажу.
Let me put it to you this way. Okay, do it.
Это
I've repeated this expression many times.
много раз. Нам
We don't need their love. We need their fear.
любовь. Нам нужен их страх.
Oh.
Когда Россию
When
любили,
they loved Russia. Who ever loved Russia? Who? Who was it? Definitely not Poland. Definitely. Who has what?
Россия, как правило,
Russia was usually weak.
была слабой. Знаете, такой ельцинской,
The Russia of Yeltsin and Gorbachev.
Горбачев, пьяный девкой.
It was like a drunken broad.
А моя родина не
My motherland is not like that.
такая. Мою родину
My motherland, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
Советский
Well, it's gone. There is no more union. There is no Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. The fuck are you on about?
социалистических республик
Your motherland is gone.
боялись
Was feared and respected. Well, your motherland is gone forever, so
и уважали. Такой подход
I
мне
like this approach a lot more.
нравится гораздо больше. Погода и новости.
And now the weather and the news. And now the weather and the news. There you go. Trump should call Elon Musk personally and tell him to restore Starlink to Russia, or else they will use 50 billion tactical nuclear weapons and just destroy everything, destroy everyone, destroy SpaceX, destroy every American company that is against Russia, and destroy Ukraine. It will be very brutal. It will be very bloody, cruel, and it must be done. Thank you. It'll definitely be done. Russia has to go beyond plus ultra. So we again took a little bit of a dive into the delusional minds of the Russian propagandists that feed their population with extremely interesting ideas. I would like Russia to do even a fraction of what they said, to try to attack the SpaceX satellites, the manufacturing companies. I'd like them to see them try it. I'd like to see what that leads to.